Welcome back to IRI TV in association with Titonians. Hopefully you got some decent points out of the first segment on punt kicking. Again, the same sort of stuff from punt kicking, the same ideas will kind of remain throughout all the kicking segment. Okay, today we're going to look at goal kicking, and again we want to thank IT Group for their support and sponsorship. If you want to sponsor any of the videos, feel free to get in touch with any of those aforementioned people. Before we start on goal kicking and run through the green all the way through to the red, I'm going to just pin back to the relevance of goal kicking, okay? So it's one of the things that I think is often overlooked when we're coaching and teaching kids how to goal kick from a young age. Alright, goal kicking, it only ever happens on a pitch, okay? A full-size pitch around 11, 12 years, whatever sort of age group. Okay, so that's obviously important because the goal post will stay the same size, the crossbar will remain the same height, and the pitch dimensions are the same. Okay, so I'm going to talk about something about knowing your arc, okay, or distance. Alright, from a young age, maybe 11, 12, I could probably kick the ball 25 metres, say, okay? So if I knew that, and I knew my arc was somewhere in the region of here. Okay, we're a bit lower there, and okay, so I'll just make that point, 25 metres roughly here. Okay, that meant every time I was on that 25 metre mark, I knew it would go over. Okay, we often see kids, they want, when they get to the 22 metre line, they want to open up the goal face and try and make that angle as big as possible. Okay, visually, yes, it looks great. Distance wise, okay, that and that, on that angle, you're looking at 34 or 5 metres plus. Okay, so automatically, straight away, that kid has no chance of kicking the ball over the bar. Okay, the goal might look like it's got a better target, okay, it's wider, but I haven't got a chance of getting it. So when we are coaching our kids, let's make them aware of they need to know their angle. Although the angle might be shorter on the edge, okay, I know that we have the distance to actually make that kick. Alright, so it's probably the first thing I'll try and, again, help coach a kid. I'll get them to know their arc so they'll be able to figure out, oh, if I stand at this, okay, I'll have more of a chance of getting it over. Because ultimately, that's the only thing that matters, is whether the ball goes over the bar or not. No point standing out here and dropping it short. Okay, same thing applies for golf. You want to get the ball in the hole, the ball needs to either go in the hole or past the hole. Okay, so we use that analogy on goal kicking. Okay, as we progress from the green all the way through to the red, you're going to hear me kind of refer to various wording, language, terminology. Okay, so I kind of try and break it down into 5. Within these, there's obviously multiple sort of different areas. But if I tell a kicker he's missed a kick, your setup was wrong. Okay, that's how you set the ball up, how you kind of address the ball, how you line the ball. Okay, in relation to the goal. Your approach. Okay, I'll say within the approach, I'll tell the player to attack it. Okay, because we want momentum. But if I'll tell them their approach was wrong, okay, so they got their line of run as they came up to the ball wrong. Alright, so that's what that will be about. That's the most important thing, okay? Being consistent there, being consistent there. When I refer to the word sort of good strike, or your strike was off, okay, I'm talking about various things from foot positioning, okay, our plant foot in relation to the ball on the tee, and then our foot angle or foot position through the ball. Okay, so I'll say good strike, poor strike, but then the player themselves, when they hear me say that, they'll know it should resonate to either one or two things. Okay, the pillar for me again is something that's really important that will tie into that. Okay, if I'm a rigid pillar, okay, I'm going to stop myself from over rotating. Okay, we're going to look at that further on in sort of the red section. Okay, but to put it mildly, if I approach the ball and if I'm not really trying to stay square and through the target and I lift my head, that means I'm lifting my pillar and I'm going to try over rotate more often than hook a ball. Okay, so without looking at it too much and angles, etc. Okay, I'll say pillar. That means they know they got the pillar on, they knew they were probably over rotated. Most importantly, sometimes you need to just actually hit the ball and you need to thump it. Okay, so we talk about that weight transfer. I'll just keep shouting, get through it, get through it, get through it, get through it. Okay, there's no point in me coming up. Alright, similar to like, say, boxing and I slap someone, or I punch and I get through it. Okay, similar from the punt kicking the other day. Okay, actually punching through that ball. Alright, so even though these key words will have various sort of meanings, okay, we always want to try and refer back to them. Okay, so basically all those points that I've gone through that you've had to listen, I want to try and really shrink that down to sort of 5 key points that carry multiple sort of meanings. And again, if we can use different analogies to try and make these points more relevant to the player. So I always talk about golf, okay? Let's try and have something that resonates with them, that makes sense, as opposed to them trying to listen to me talk over and over and over again. Okay, so we want to try and dumb down those keywords and those terminologies into a short compiled list.